dad. That's my little boy. My little boy. He told me about this thing. It's for West Virginia Day, so I created a set of 3 songs, and they all have something to do with West Virginia. And the first one, has anybody ever ran into a bear? Okay, how'd you deal with it?
I went the other way.
I'll tell you what I did, but I'll tell you in the song. Alright? This is what happened to me whenever I ran into a black bear. And I didn't have any firepower or anything like that, so I had to use what I had. It's called the West Virginia Lullaby Black Bear Song. Used to wonder what I'd do if I ran into a bear. I heard advice from playing dead, act like I don't care. Then one night in Lewisburg, I was walking from the fair. Took a wrong turn down that dark dirt road, and I bumped into a scare. Well, I heard a horrible growl, and I smelled a musky stench. I couldn't see around me, for the night was dark as pitch. So I reached my hands before me, and I felt some matted hair. So lo and behold, I realized that I ran into a bear. Well, I couldn't lay down and play dead, 'cause I was frozen where I stand. And I couldn't act like I didn't care, 'cause I ain't that brave a man. And I knew I couldn't outrun him, 'cause you know those bears can fly. So lo and behold, I think I'd sing him to sleep with a lullaby. Well, my sweet Ursine baby, lumber down and rockabye, and I sing that old black bear to sleep with the West Virginia lullaby. Well, I sang him almost heaven, and I sang him country roads. When I got to Mountain Mama, that old bear began to doze, and I started tiptoeing backwards when I heard that snoring sound. When I got my chance to turn, I hauled my ass back into town. Well, my sweet Ursine baby, lumber down and rockabye, I sing the old black bear to sleep with West Virginia lullaby. If you're ever cornered by a bear, you might try the lullaby. But if someone told me what I'm telling you, I'd tell them it's a lie. But I must confess, when I got to town, I kept my bridges hid. 'Cause I don't know if bear shitting was, but I know I sure did. Yeehaw. All right, now this one, how many are from St. Albans? How many aren't from St. Albans? Did you people that aren't from St. Albans, did you know? 2023, Forbes magazine said that St. Albans, I'm not kidding you. I grew up here and I lived here all my life except when I was in the Navy. I lived in Norfolk for a while. But 2023, Forbes magazine said that St. Albans, West Virginia, was one of the greatest cities in the world to visit. And I said, what? I don't know. But I went and looked it up, and it's the truth. They said St. Albans, West Virginia, is one of the greatest cities in the world to visit. So I wrote kind of a song about that and my beautiful wife and raising my kids. And I call it High Above My Hometown. And he's got some beautiful church organ music that goes with it. We kind of just made this ourselves. Never had a lesson in his life. Singing in the moonlight tonight to the sounds of Bob Marley. Everything's gonna be alright. I smell honeysuckle. It's in the air or in your hair. Anywhere I don't care. I'm glad that it's there. We got the grandkids asleep, so let's fire up a J. We both got our prescriptions, so they say it's okay. I got us 2 tickets for the old Ferris wheel. I hope we stop right at the top. There's a kiss I gotta steal while you and I are high above our hometown. Places to run to, you were looking at the wrong page. We got married with one car. There ain't paid your name. So I joined the Navy, left you pregnant. Went off the war, come back 3 years later. To a family of 4. We're watching the fireworks over the mighty canal. I saw the tear in your eye. So we burned the next to the cut fingers, rocking and running about. Blasting off in the sky. Now we hover around and wave the passers-by. That was the best damn way ever to spend the 4th of July. It is for you and I. Flying high. Wait a minute. Oh, I got it. Above our hometown. Forbes magazine says St. Albans, West Virginia is one of the finest little cities they've ever seen. So I got us some tickets for the old Ferris wheel, and I hope it's all right at the top. There's a kiss I gotta steal while you and I are high above our hometown. We're flying high above our hometown. Was that good? Everything good? All right. That's good. Thanks. All right. Now this is this is the truth, okay? Down here, there's the Church of Christ. It's a barbershop now. Look, it's a barbershop, but it used to be a Church of Christ. And my next door neighbor, the Hursts, my next door neighbors, well, their daddy, when I was a kid, their daddy, they went to that church and he was filling in for the preacher. And this man walked in and held him hostage.
Yeah, I remember that.
You do?
Yeah, I remember that.
All right.
I lived right behind the church.
Okay. Well, I loosely based this song on that situation. Now I asked Chuck, he does the sound for, I asked Chuck, I said, what did your daddy do whenever that man came in and held your hostage? And he said, well, he just kept on preaching. So the name of this song is Daddy Kept On Preaching. All right? And it's kind of like, I asked Sean, I said, I want it to sound like a Western. And he did this, he got this nice little mariachi sound to it. And if you want to picture it like if it was a movie, picture Mel Gibson playing the dad and Danny Trejo coming in holding this kid hostage. And just kind of enjoy this rollicking story. All right, you ready? TV news came to our church on Sunday morning. Daddy's filling in while the preacher was out of town. He was talking about Peter walking on the water, and how he took his sight off Jesus when he started to drown. We heard some noise and some screaming behind the doorway. Daddy looked bewildered and the walls came crashing down. I turned to look at what my daddy wasn't staring. It was a minor Vegas hombre who fled a border town. This man had a little girl as a hostage. He was holding her close and had a gun pointed at her head. He was screaming that he wanted sanctuary. He said if anybody came near her, the little girl would be dead. But my daddy kept on preaching, hoping that he could reach into the scaredest parts of his unsure, shaking soul. Because it had to be the shepherd that this flock was surely needing. You have to keep a sight upon the Lord. Outside sirens were blaring. Me and baby brother heard the SWAT team running on the roof. Lights were shining and cameras flashed through stained glass windows, 'cause they had to catch its action live for the midday news. My friend Billy's sister started having contractions. Old Mr. Roberts tried to run a trick with his head on a chair. The 3 fine elderly ladies, they fainted when the desperado fired his pistol 3 times in the air. But my daddy kept on preaching, hoping he could keep the flock believing that God was their fortress and stronghold. Like Moses led the chosen when he split that great big ocean. You have to keep your sight upon the Lord. That man told my daddy, shut your lying mouth, and he said, there's never been no Jesus there for me. I killed 2 men already, and I'm running with the mark of Cain. And preacher, you keep on
on talking, you'll be number 3. But my daddy kept on preaching about his Savior's walk up Calvary and how they beat that man all along the road. And he looked into that sinner's face, he said he did it for you and me. So in the name of Jesus, you let that little girl go. That man let go of that little girl hostage. And he stared at the cross behind the pulpit and he started to cry. He said, "Dear Lord Jesus, please forgive me." That's when the sniper's going to hit that man right between the eyes. And my daddy kept on preaching, and when people came beseeching, what he thought might have happened to that poor man's soul. Daddy wanted to teach him about the thief on the cross, and he pulled out his holy sword. He'd say, that man's up in heaven, because in the end, he kept his sight on the Lord. TV news came to our church one Sunday morning. His daddy's filling in while the preacher was out of